Alright guys, this particular video is not about this chip. It's about my new setup. I'm working in a garage, and as you know, if you do this, or if you've known anybody that does this, garages don't have very good light. I got this off of Amazon a long time ago. I put this clip on the back. It comes with this, you know, to hang on your belt or whatever, but I put this clip on the back so that when I'm out riding my motorcycle out in the dirt, I can have this charging up in the sun. Now, this is solar, so it charges in the sun. It also has a charge port right there. It takes the micro USB, the old school one, but it has two USB outlets, and I can plug this in, this light, and watch this. Boom! Look at that. I have plenty of light to see with. Now, I use this in parking garages and people's home garages all the time. And I probably use it about 20 times before I have to, you know, I don't charge it with the USB. I just put it out in the sun for about 4 hours and let it fully charge. And then it's good to go for another 15 or 20 sessions in people's garages and such. So that is a beautiful thing. And it'll charge your phone, it'll charge whatever. So again, along with all the other equipment that I have linked in the description, I'll link that in the description, the battery and the light. The suction cup is already linked in the description, so if you get the suction cup with the umbrella to shade your stuff in the sun, so you can do a repair without rushing, this light will screw right onto that suction cup. So you don't need to buy two of them unless you just want two of them, I guess. I don't know. That could be. You might want two of them. I don't know. But anyway, like I said, this video is not about the chip repair. It's about the light and the battery. So this is just a standard little chip. I call it a standard little chip. Let's see, that's the medium resin. We don't want that. That's there we go. Windshield is neutral, but we're going to use the low viscosity resin because I feel like it'll flow into those little lines better. So because I can position this light anywhere I want on the windshield, I can see perfectly in the mirror to know that my tool is centered right over the drill mark, and to know how much pressure I'm putting on my tool. And that's the only thing you got to figure out with your light, is where can you put it so that you have a perfect view of what you're doing. Now they do make battery LED lights like this, but I prefer having the bigger battery because this, if I'm working on something for an hour or longer, like a crack repair or something in a parking garage, this one will not die. Oops, I missed that one. Go with 6 drops. Where was it this car I did the last repair on?
No, you did my dad's, actually my sister's. It was a Mazda 3.
Ah. How long ago was that?
Jeez, it was, I want to say it was last year sometime you did.
Right.
My wife saw it, and I knew I was going to have one coming up because I heard the sound of a rock hit, and I'm like, man, it's going to be, we got it real good.
Right.
And then we went to the core maze on Saturday, and my wife was like, oh, you have a rock chip. And then I talked to my dad, and I was like, hey, what's the name of the guy that did yours? He was really good, and everyone else wants an arm and a leg.
Oh, yeah. I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Why I respect you, man. I know it's cold, and sorry again for having to come out in the cold, but...
No, that's my job. It's what I do.
Looked on the website, I just searched in, chip repair, and I found you, and I asked my dad, I'm like, is this him? He's like, yep, that's him. I was like, Good, because that's who I'm going to have do it. So.
Right on. Well, I'm glad they were happy.
Oh, they still rave about it.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You
Word of
know?
mouth goes a long ways.
It does, but it takes a long time to build up too.
Yeah.
You know, you can do an excellent repair for 1,000 people and 10 will talk about you.
Yeah.
You know, the rest of them just like, oh yeah, I had my chip fixed by some dude. You know?
I vaguely remember you coming out and repairing it, and I'm like, yep, I want him to do it. They got to figure out if he's still doing it and everything. And I'm glad you are.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad I are too.
Hopefully, it keeps you busy.
It pays the bills.
Yeah.
It's like I've told people in the past, they're like, dude, with your skill, you should be charging $75 or $100 to do a repair. And I go, well, yeah, I could do that, and I could do one repair a day, or I can keep my price at $35 and do 10, 15, or 20 repairs a day.
Yeah.
Because pretty much everybody can afford $35.
Yeah.
Not everybody can afford $70 or $100.
And that's the way I look at it.
Right.
Everyone's going through and they see, $35 rock chip.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to do that. They're not going to, especially the ones that don't even have a price on their website. They're going to charge $200 to even look at it.
Well, and when I first started, I wasn't very high up on Google. So when people did scan through the list and find me, I had before and after pictures on there and stuff like that, but I wasn't very high up. Yeah. So it was difficult to get people to call me. I had to go out and go business to business to business, handing out business cards and trying to drum up work and getting reviews.
Yeah.
And so when somebody would find me on Google and they would see that it was only 35 and I only had like 6 or 8 reviews, they're like, okay, well, how good is he really?
Right. Right.
Now I've got over 200 5-star reviews.
Good. I need to make sure I leave you one.
And when I pop up on Google right below the sponsored ones, because I'm right there at the top.
Yep. Because I asked my dad, and I was like, do you have his card still? And he was like, I need to make sure I find it. And I'm like, well, I want to talk to him. This was Saturday when I texted you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just put on chip repair, and you came right up. And
yeah, it takes time. I had a 5-year plan. So my 5-year plan included getting my social media up and going and making sure I post on that, every other day or at least 3 times a week. Mm-hmm. And then my YouTube channel, making sure I post on there at least 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Because YouTube, will eventually put me out there. The more people that subscribe to my channel, click like on my videos, comment on my channel, things like that, the more YouTube will put me out there in front of more people.
Yep.
And my channel is building really fast. I'm really surprised.
Good. Good for you.
Then the next thing was to get on 100 different search engines out there.
Yeah.
Well, that was the first thing I did.
Yeah.
Was I started putting myself out. Every search engine gives you a free business profile. It may not be much. It may just be your business name and phone number. Mm-hmm. But that's enough. It puts you out there.
Yep.
Right? So I did that. That was the first thing I did. Getting out there on 100 different search engines. And then after I did, and then working on my YouTube channel and my social media and all that all at the same time. And then I started realizing that AI was coming up in the world. And I needed to start getting prepared for that.
Yeah. So
knowing that AI wasn't just going to use Google, it was beautiful that I put myself on 100 different search engines, right?
Yeah.
And I linked every one of those to my Google, so when I get a review, it shows up on all of them.
Good.
Right?
Good.
So it was all a process.
Yeah.
And now, if somebody uses I can't remember all the names of the AIs out there, but if somebody uses Google Gemini,
ChatGPT,
right, ChatGPT, something like that, I pop up. I'm the only one.
Good.
So I've had several people now tell me, I asked my AI, I just said to my AI, I need a windshield chip repair in Salt Lake City, and it just popped up with you.
Huh.
And I'm like, so how many choices did it give you? None, just you. It said you have the best reviews, the lowest prices. Would you like to see some before and after pictures of the work he does? Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's how you get out there. I mean,
so building that Google profile helps.
Yeah.
Well,
like you say, you put in a lot of work to get there.
Yeah, and I'm still not busy enough. Yeah. But like I said, I had a 5-year plan. This is year 3 coming up. I'm in my 3rd year. I started my 3rd year in October. So it's just taking time.
Yeah. As everything else does.
Have a couple more years to go, and by then I should be busy enough, hopefully, and have a good enough presence on the internet to where I can open up a small shop.
Yeah.
Now what I want to do is something a little different than everybody else wants to do. Everybody else wants to have a big building, with a waiting room and all of that, and I don't need all that. But I don't exactly want to sit on a corner with a gazebo either.
Right. Right.
So what I'm looking for is like an abandoned self-serve car wash.
Oh yeah.
Or like an abandoned emissions place that or oil change place or whatever, the drive-throughs.
There's plenty of them.
Right. So a self-serve car wash doesn't matter which direction they face. If it's facing north and south, you just have them pull in from the south in the winter and pull in from the north in the summer so that they're in the shade.
Yep.
Right. If it's facing east and west, then obviously they pull in from the east in the morning, and when the sun's over here, you make them pull in from the west, so that every time somebody pulls in, the windshield's in the shade.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And so if I had like a 5-bay or a 4-bay car wash, right, with no equipment in there, just open bays, then I could just have people pull in, get a repair, and drive out.
Yeah, there you go. On their way.
That's the ultimate goal. And still be doing mobile,
Yeah.
So what I would end up doing, and I've put a lot of thought into it, what I'll end up doing is I'll end up training like 4 people to work at the bays, right? You have a trash can?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tape gets really sticky. I'll get like 4 people trained to work the bays.
Yeah.
And of course, they all have their little office.
Is that a
right?
chip too right there? I just barely noticed that.
Yeah, it just looks like a scuff, but we can put a mirror behind it.
Sorry.
No problem.
I barely just noticed that.
So if I do that, that's just a scuff.
Oh, okay.
So you see there's no lines or anything in it.
Oh, okay.
The mirror magnifies it by 4 times. And if you can't see any lines with the mirror, then it's not a threat to your windshield.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I was going to get in there and get my mirror. So yeah, if I can do that, I'll hire like 4 people to work the bays, and I'll still go out and do mobile because I love doing mobile.
Yeah, you got to meet everyone.
Well, I'd meet a lot of people if I was just working the bays too.
Right. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
But I wouldn't be riding my bike.
Yeah, and you wouldn't be out in the cold, and I'm sure you save a crap ton of money on gas with that.
I get 55 miles to the gallon. I'm not complaining.
Yeah, you definitely save on that.
So that's the ultimate goal, is to get like a car wash, 3 or 4 bay car wash, and I don't want any of the equipment in there. Just rip all that out, right? And we'll just have, a person in each bay, just sitting on a chair waiting for you to pull in.
Yeah.
Right? And you just pull in, get your windshield fixed, and go on down the road.
There you go.
Right? And then, get the first location up and running.
Yeah.
And then try to get another location within like a 20-mile radius of that one.
Yeah.
Right? and then, or even a 15-mile radius, and then get another one in a 15-mile radius, you know, and just keep building it from there.
Yeah.
And eventually, I'll have if things work out, I'll have the best and the best priced.
You already are.
And the best service.
Yeah, you already are, man.
You can't even see that chip anymore.
Yeah, you know, and it takes you, nothing. I mean,
right.
That's the thing. You do good work.
That's the beauty of it, huh? Looks like a little bug splatter now.
Yeah.
All right, guys, you know what to do. Click the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video, throw me some love, throw me a comment if you want. And like I said, I'll link the light. The suction cup's already in the description, and I'll link this battery. Like I said, I've used this about 12 times this week already, and I'm down to 3 bars. So usually when it gets down to 1 bar, I go ahead and throw it on the I go ahead and throw it out in the sun for about 4 hours and let it recharge, and then I put it back in the box of my bike, and that's where it stays until I need it. So we'll see you in the next one.